it's not really about incentive. It's really about the individual, because you got to have someone who has drive. If they don't have drive, they don't have that inner burning desire to be, number one, creative, number two, to be functional, number three, to make some money for you, which is a hard thing for a lot of young people to understand. It's a business. And a lot of people come to you and listen, chefs don't have MBAs. We know jack shit about how to run a real big business. We had to learn it over with the hard knocks. It's been very difficult for me, impossible for me to learn those things. You know, it was always difficult for me to understand. Michael McCartney and I used to fight about food costs. I never got below 31 with him. I kept saying, raise the prices. He said, no, buy better. And you know, it's a funny sort of thing. It's becoming, how to be creative and a business person at the same time is the hardest thing to instill in any individual. And
that's T400 tomorrow morning, by the way, 9 o'clock.
But but that's really what it is. It's really, you have to form a partnership with the individual. You can't create an incentive. They have to come to you with that drive and that passion. Okay. And how do you harness that? How do you, and a lot of these young people have anger management issues. They come from kitchens that they've been abused, or they've been taught incorrectly, or they have all this passion and people have pushed them down or belittled them. It happens all the time. So you go to people and they start shouting at somebody. I said, and I take them aside. I said, you know, shouting is not acceptable. And they said, yes, chef, I understand. I said, we're going to work on this. So what we do, we talk about it. So I do anger management all the time. All the time. You know, and it's something that, because there's so much drive in these individuals, that sometimes it explodes out in some sort of infantile behavior. And that's
you pull them aside individually, or do it family meal, or what?
No, you never do it. One thing is the cardinal rules: never talk about this with other people present. That's, you know, was something I learned many years ago. But the thing is that, you know, I want to make people feel good about themselves. So I'm not going to say, look, listen, you know, you moron, you did this. What I try to say, look, here's what you did great. Here's what you've done well. Here's all the accomplishments and then at the last part of it, I said, well, here's the part that you need to work on. And I said, we're going to work on this, because I said, you've got blinders on. You only see this part of the picture. You don't see the other side. You don't see the mechanical side. You know, you don't know about, we had this thing the other day, so my chef said, well, we have to call a plumber because the dishwasher's not working. And then my mechanic comes and says, well, because you haven't cleaned the grease trap. Common mistake amongst, you know, restaurateurs, that we don't check these things all the time. And that's just one of those little small details that chefs and front of the house have to keep in mind all the time. And they're very difficult to keep all those things in